when we're talking about communication, which is the vehicle, which is the vessel through which the love that is there, our relationship comes to life.
It's expressed.
You are in your family together with your man because there is all this love. So do not forget
Mhm.
that it is in love, it is through love, it is
Yes.
with love, it is because of love. It is the love that will get you through. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're this family. And as we are communicating, what do we mean about
Mm.
communicating? It's like knowing when to speak, maybe knowing how to speak,
Yeah, like
why
I
to
said.
speak. I've learned that sometimes I have to speak up,
Mm.
even though I
Mhm.
don't want to, but because I value my wife, value our marriage, value the love, I have to speak. But I also know that there are times that I have to not speak.
Right.
Now it's my time to listen. It takes courage to be a
Yes.
good communicator. And sometimes we get scared. Sometimes we think like, oh my gosh, my wife doesn't love me anymore. So I still have to be courageous enough to have faith, to keep listening,
Mhm.
knowing that in the end, we are in this together. Or just in life, I think it's so important that we learn how to forgive other people. Maybe first and foremost, forgive ourselves because we are not perfect. I am not perfect, and I'm sorry to break it to you, but you are not perfect
Yeah,
either, beautiful
sorry.
wife. I'm sure that you tried with the best intention, but I'm sure that stepmoms know what I'm talking about
Yeah,
now. Just
it
like
is
being
too.
patient, right? Being patient with ourselves, being patient with our man, with our children. But I do know that as a stepmom, it means that your man at some point in his life, pain that is not healed. And I believe that we cannot, that in this society, in this world, we do not value kindness enough. And I believe that the best way, the best place in life that there should be that kindness, it should be at home. It should be in our marriage, in our relationship, where we can be patient and
Yes.
forgive
Yeah.
and listen and speak kind words, speak in a kind manner. We are here because we love each other. Let's never
I
forget
like that.
that one.
Mm.
Knowing when to lead, maybe courageous, maybe
Mhm.
speaking up, maybe leading through forgiving, knowing when to follow, even in communication. And when we bring all these things together, what I'm trying to convey here is this idea, this message of safety. Words would you use? If you were to choose 10 words, what 10 words would you use? But what I have learned through communication is like this reflection, like I
Yeah. Like,
it's
it's
so
powerful.
easy to say it's your fault. You are doing the wrong things. You're saying the wrong things. You're not listening to me. Well, if you're not listening to me, maybe I am not using the right words. And so instead of pointing to others and saying what they are doing wrong, I feel that there is so much power in looking at yourself in the mirror, owning your own part in this two-way conversation here.
Mhm.
But there's also things that we need.
Yeah.
If I want for you to respect my needs,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
we can only do so to the extent that I also respect your
Yeah.
needs. So when we're talking about this relationship, the love, the marriage, the foundation of our family, why we became a family in the first place, we've been talking about communication, which is more than just words. At this safe space that you create where it's just okay to just be and where you can be imperfect and where you can let down your guards and be together and come home with your partner. It takes
That's
courage,
just,
it takes time, and
yeah.
it takes effort, and it takes
Yes.
work to create it,
Yes.
to honor it together. It's only by honoring your needs and you honoring my needs and ourselves honoring our own needs.
Yeah.
In that honor, the safe space is being
It's
created.
created. Yeah.
Why we are a family. And when you think of love, honestly, what do we know about love? All I knew before meeting my wife is how not to love. I think we have been projected a wrong image, a wrong idea of love. When you are married, your children perceive you as being more serious, as being more real. Even stepchildren, but that in a blended family, marriage and parenting are closely related. The moment you get married or you have a relationship with a mom or a dad, you at that same time also immediately become a parent. And that's why in a blended family, those two things are the roots. Because when the marriage is suffering, your parenting will also suffer. And when your parenting is suffering, your marriage will also suffer. Opportunities for us to grow and to overcome and to evolve. Not too long ago, they called it holy matrimony. It has something sacred to it, working as a team, a two-man army to take on, to conquer the world like a well-oiled machine. Which reminds me of feedback.
Or to receive.
I'm sure that
Anyway,
some
it's the
people
same.
love to
To
give.
give.
Is merely sharing a perspective with the intention of helping one another out,
Yes.
with the intention of helping one another. If you can make that a habit, if you can learn how to give, learn how to receive, as we are talking about a relationship. What have we not covered here? But in a blended family, there is some healing that needs to take place, but that also can take place. Being comfortably uncomfortable.
Say what?
Oh my gosh, what does that mean? It means that I'm okay with being not okay. That maybe home is not a place, maybe it's a person. It's like being together where you can be okay with being uncomfortable. And I think it's said so oftentimes that life begins outside of your comfort zone. It means that you're uncomfortable there.
Yeah.
Simple. And in a blended family, I don't have to tell you
No.
how many times a day, a week, that you are uncomfortable in being comfortable with each other while being uncomfortable. Unconditional love. What does that mean? Because if you take away the un part and you think of this conditional love, if you do A, B, and C the way that I like it, then I'm gonna love you. And if you do not do my A, B, and my C, then I'm not going to love you. I wonder, is it true love that we are talking about?
Don't try to be who you think you want to be. Be who you are. And eventually you'll get to who you want to be. So it's so important that when you guys are taking these sessions and going through them, that you're honest and that you don't judge where you're at. Own where you're at.
When we bring all these things together, that's how we feel about love, about a loving relationship, as we are talking about this successful step family system. Above sea level, above the surface, what we see everyday blended family life with the obstacles, with the challenges, with the problems. First level underneath is step parenting. That's the first place where those problems will show itself. Through a joint parenting plan, we can together tackle some of those problems. What is my role? What is my voice? How do I discipline? How do I have a say in what goes on in our family? Our marriage comes to life in all these things. And if we do not have a good foundational, loving, caring, respecting, open, thriving, loving, living relationship, then all these other things will suffer. If we focus on the foundation, focus on the bottom, the essence, the most essential things, all the rest will fall into place. So share this. Make sure that more stepmoms know about this, because they do. They need to know about this. And by approaching your family this way, your step family, your blended family, you now get to build up your family from the bottom up.
Exactly.
In recapping, first and foremost, focus on that happy, that healthy relationship. Focus on communication rules. What do you need? Co-create your parenting plan. And this is what we see. This is the tip of the iceberg. And in doing so, you are actually, what you're doing is that you're creating your own culture of your own
Mm,
family,
mhm, mhm.
the customs, the
Right.
values, the
Yep.
normals, what you needs, what you want. This is what we see
Mhm.
in everyday life, and the other things we don't see. But that's why we want to have these conversations. And that's why we want to tend to them, so that we know that they're good, they're solid. When we
There you
have
go.
all this in place, now we get to enjoy life. We are building that family life that we always wanted. We can enjoy our marriage that grows stronger every day. There is love there, there is respect there, we're being valued, we're seen, we're heard. We've got
Definitely.
a strategy, we have tactics in place
Yep.
for when there are obstacles that will overcome,
It's
and we can deal with
inevitable.
them in a constructive way.